Hello everyone, greetings from sunny but rather cold Germany. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com, and in this blog I continue sharing with you dating stories and dating tips so that you can improve your dating life and your relationship. In this video I have prepared for you 3 communication skills that can improve your relationship drastically. I have called these communication skills superpowers, and I believe if you actually implement them into your relationship, into your dating life, it can be a drastic change for you. So the first one, learn to listen. Guys, so many times I get this feedback after the date from the lady that the gentleman just loves listening to himself. He just loves listening to the way he talks, and really, like most of the ladies have been to this date where for 80 minutes a gentleman tries to sell himself really hard. He tries to describe to a lady how good he looks and how smart he is, and usually when gentlemen do that, I want to ask them, but don't you think she can actually hear you talking and jump into her own conclusions if she finds you smart, if she finds you intelligent, if she finds you witty, and she can actually see you? So it makes very little sense to brag how good looking you are or how good you look for your age. Guys, I will be honest with you, at least once per month I have this consultation with a gentleman who tries to tell me that I just don't look my age. I look so much younger. I'm just so handsome. Like, people never say that I look 55, which is actually my age. They always tell that I look 28. And I'm looking at this guy and he looks 55. And sometimes he looks good for his 55. Usually he doesn't. So I don't understand why he feels that he has to brag, why he feels that he has to convince me. Well, actually, I can understand why he is doing it, because he doesn't believe in what he is saying, and deep down he understands that he looks 55, but probably he thinks that his communicative skills will help him convince me otherwise. But anyway, guys, if you want to improve your communicative skills in a relationship, learn to listen. You would be surprised how much better your dates can become and how much faster you can actually start getting to know your partner. And even when you are in a relationship, it's not just about what you have to say. Listen to your partner. Ask questions. And very often gentlemen tell me that, oh, I have been asking her questions and she hasn't actually asked me a single question. But you know, there is a big difference between asking a question and actually listening to the answer. When you ask a question because you want to get the answer, you want to hear it, and ask a question in the sake of asking a question. Because sometimes gentlemen just ask those questions to show a lady that, see, I'm building a dialogue. I have asked you like 5 questions and now I will do the talking. And after like asking a few questions, he just starts talking and talking. And the lady, she simply doesn't get a chance to ask a single question. Later on in a relationship also, listen more, speak less. It's a great habit. Of course, you can share stories. But after you have shared a story, listen to what the lady has to say to the story. Give her a chance to ask you something or to share a similar story. People who talk all the time, like these salespeople, when you go to buy something and out of a sudden they start advertising you the whole store, what do you usually want to do? Usually I want to run and hide from such a shop assistant, and I don't want to buy a thing when it is just such a pushy sale. So it's very similar in dating. So what is the second communicative skills that can improve your relationship and dating life drastically? Guys, stop assuming things. You would be surprised how many times I have heard it from singles, both from ladies and gentlemen, that they are just so good, natural in reading people that, you know what, I need just 3 minutes to understand if he or she is right for me. Guys, I have been introducing singles for almost 14 years. Our psychologist has been working with singles for 8 years. And we need more than 3 minutes to understand a person. It is impossible to understand if he or she is the right person for you. You can only assume things by talking to someone for 3 minutes. And again, very often people, instead of asking a question, jump into their own conclusions by assuming things. She won't be a serious partner. She's not interested in actually dating someone because she has all these hobbies listed in her profile. Have you talked to her? No, you're assuming things based on her dating profile. Or you jump into conclusions after she said something, mentioned something, and then you start thinking that, oh, she's not serious, or he's just a serial dater, or she will never actually settle down, or he's not a generous person, or she's not kind. Stop assuming things. Instead, start listening and asking questions. Get over yourself. This idea that I'm just so good, so natural at reading people, and I can read anyone, and I'm just a natural psychologist. Usually such people end up single, and very often such people end up scammed, because they end up at some trashy websites where women for several bucks per letter tell them what they want to hear, and they claim that this is like dating reality. But again, I got distracted. So stop assuming things. And the third superpower that I hope you will use, and it will really change your dating life and your relationship: stop creating perfect scenarios. So often people do not enjoy real life, do not enjoy real dating and real people because they are stuck in their perfect scenarios. Not only they create this image of a perfect partner, like a detailed image, how she looks, her education, age, etc., they also create certain reaction, how their partner should react to this or that situation. They create perfect dates, etc. I remember one gentleman has decided to surprise his date. It was their date number 5 with fresh tulips, and it was the middle of winter, and at that time real tulips were rare in Ukraine, and these were not just roses but tulips, and he was so proud for ordering these flowers. And they went out on the date, and the lady, she saw the flowers. He said that she smiled, she said yes, and then she has asked a waiter to put the flowers into water, and she has started chatting happily with the gentleman how her date went, making plans with him for the upcoming weekend. And you know what? The gentleman felt heartbroken. He was not listening to what she was saying because in his mind she didn't appreciate the flowers, because he has created this dream scenario that she would be so wowed with tulips, she would be hugging this bouquet, she would be taking photos, and she would praise that these are tulips and not roses, and how come he has managed to find tulips in the middle of winter, they are so rare. And in real life it didn't happen. So she liked the flowers, but she didn't give him the reaction he craved, he has created in his mind. And of course, the lady felt it, that he is distancing himself, that he is not happy with something, but she couldn't understand with what. And so often people create these perfect scenarios, how he will react to something, how he will anticipate her call. So they live in this la-la land, they create themselves in their head. And of course it is impossible to enjoy reality because you live somewhere out there. So if you want to improve your communicative skills, you have to be present during the date. You have to enjoy real people and real dates, real scenarios that are happening right now with you in front of your face, and not creating these scenarios how it should be, how you would like it to be. So guys, just 3 superpowers that can change your dating life, your relationship drastically. First, learn to listen, to actually actively listening, not just sitting in there and letting her do all the talking, but actually listening, being interested in what she has to say. Now you can tell me that, oh, I'm not interested in this or that. There is something interesting about every person. You just have to find that side, and you can do it by asking questions, and you will find the common topic. Also, second, stop assuming things. You can't read a woman you have never met. You can't actually understand who she is or what she is like by looking at the profile picture or reading several lines she has written about herself, like about her hobbies, etc. No, you're not a magician, and you can't understand if she's the right person after spending with her 3 minutes on a phone. You can't do that. You can only assume things. You can only label a person, but again, it's about you and not about that person. So invest time and give yourself a chance to actually get to know a person better. Ask questions, listen to what she has to say, and stop assuming things. And the third superpower that will be a huge change for your dating life and for your relationship: stop creating these perfect scenarios, like a perfect partner, a perfect date, a perfect reaction, a perfect joke, a perfect compliment. Get over it. Enjoy real people. Enjoy real life. Real love will be a huge change, and it will have a huge impact on you. But you can't fall in love in the la la land, in the dream world. Those perfect scenarios that you create, they are not healthy. They are very, very different from real life. Guys, I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to press like. If you have something to say about this video, or if you want to suggest a topic, please feel free to leave it below this video. I want to wish you lots of love. Svetlana Mukha from Germany, Deutschland, Kerpen, with love, especially for Diolli.com.